to the activities. So we've got four points on the activities, basically four objectives for the delivery of the implementation, delivery of the SDG. So the first is sustainability literacy, focusing on SDG 7 and 13, and using the book as a teaching material. So the preparation for this particular point is getting the volunteers to take along with them the display cards, basically, and the global goals. This will be provided in the classes or in the class. Please ignore the second. We would actually have to get a photographer to do that. Then make sure the materials for the practical sessions are available for the groups, right? Then pre-appoint adults to oversee the practical session and help the groups. Then obviously one of the volunteers will have to get a pack of pizza per school. Then receive the books and the donated books to the school. Like we'll be sending the books from Lagos, so obviously the point of contact person would do this. Now, the role of the volunteer ed is basically to introduce what to the students what we intend to do. So the second which is also the assistant volunteer ed would be asking the students questions. So the first question will be, what are the biggest problems faced by people in the community, in their community? And the reason why we're asking this question is because I don't know how many people are familiar with the SDGs on this call, but a link will be provided so we can, read up and see what it means. But the SDGs are tied in such a way that they address problems within our immediate community and even in the country. So as you can see that you can see the prompts, right? Poverty, hunger. These are issues children face. No electricity, flooding or erosion, hot weather, dirty street. These are issues children face. So when they raise up their hands to, give answers, we should try as much as possible to find ways to, help them restructure the answers in such a way that it fits into the SDGs, because the SDGs are the answers, right? So the second follow-up question would, basically help children channel their responsibility trait, so to speak. So if they are given power to change things within their community based on question 1, how would they go about it? So this in itself would help us, advocate for the SDGs there and then. So you can pick SDG 1, no poverty. Okay, this goal addresses SDG 1. The United Nations aims to see that nobody experiences poverty, but how can you go about it and all that? So essentially, we are having an interactive session with this students, and then the feedback in itself will be that some students are able to name some of the goals. So ask the students, name two global goals. What's SDG 2, what's SDG 5, right? So following that, we would focus on SDG 7 and 13. The question is, can someone remind me what SDG 7 is, right? And the point in itself that has been explained here will be the driving narrative to explaining to the students what SDG 7 means, right? So volunteers will have to read this through and see how they can, digest it and see how they can interpret it to an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, so to speak. So this is basically what we need. But if the volunteer wants to go ahead to read more about it, read more about the SDGs, so that the person can be able to, make adequate create adequate discussions to the students, obviously we can do that. So we tackle SDG 13 with this basically with this approach, and you ask for feedback from the students. What did you learn? How what are the things that you can do to help? So on this note, if there is any sort of feedback from us, I'd like to take it before moving on.